From the moment Kelsey Mitchell stepped on the floor at Gainbridge Fieldhouse, her time with the Indiana Fever has been memorable, impactful, and historic. Mitchell, she'll pull up. Here's a three. She's got it! And that's a record!
Kelsey Mitchell's decision rocked the WNBA world after months of speculation. The All-Star guard finally revealed her plans for the future. But what led to this moment, and how will it change the landscape of women's basketball?
As Mitchell's career in Indiana continued, the eye-popping performances and awards began to pour in.
Fakes it. Oh! Ankle breaker!
Ooh. For me, I enjoy this process and know that, I'm a pillar of change. I could be one of the ones to say that foundation was laid.
As she would cement her standing among the top players in the entire league.
From trade rumors to free agency talks, Mitchell's journey has been anything but straightforward. Now, as the dust settles, we're left with one burning question. What does this mean for Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever Championship dreams? Are you ready? Let's go.
I'm excited about our future, but I would never change my past. I know what I had to do to get to this point, and I wouldn't change it for the world.
Tosses ahead, Wheeler extra feed. Oh, that was pretty. Plus the foul.
I'm very grateful to be one of the ones that, put the bricks down.
Mitchell finished top 10 in the league in scoring in 2020, 2021, again in 2022, for a fourth straight time in 2023, and you guessed it, top 10 in scoring in the 2024 season 2.
Fact, Kelsey Mitchell stood at a crossroads, and the entire WNBA world held its breath after 7 years. With the Indiana Fever, she faced a decision that would shake up the league. Stay or go. The tension was palpable.
With your contract expiring after this season, would you be interested in re-signing or coming back to the organization?
It's definitely a lot of emotions and thoughts that flow through my mind. I think that everything for me is so fresh that I don't know what I need and what I'm going to do, but I know that when the time comes and the opportunity is right for me to make those decisions.
Picture this. Teams lining up, ready to roll out the red carpet for Mitchell, the Las Vegas Aces, Chicago Sky, even the new Golden State Valkyries. They all wanted a pie of the All-Star guard. Big money, fresh starts, and new opportunities were dangling right in front of her. Mitchell's words echoed in everyone's minds. I got to be selfish. Fever fans started to sweat. Was she really considering leaving? The rumors started flying faster than a Caitlin Clark. Three-pointer.
Obviously, I've always had a home in Indy, so it could potentially be a home for me again. But I think right now, the switching dynamic of my family and everything, I got to do what's best for me. And, that's no hanging my hat on one team or another. But I think it's specifically for me. I got to be selfish about that process. And when when I know, you'll know. So we'll see.
Let's break it down. There was talk of a Kelsey for Kelsey swap with the Aces. Mitchell for Plum. But those whispers fizzled out pretty quick when Plum packed her bags for the LA Sparks' Kelsey Mitchell.
Kelsey Mitchell. I knew that was next. I think she'll end up in Golden State.
Then there were murmurs about the Valkyries making a play, or the Sky looking to fill their star-shaped hole at shooting guard. And just to stir the pot a little more, Cheryl Swoops jumped in with her 2 cents, claiming Mitchell felt underappreciated. Talk about adding fuel to the fire.
Personally, here's where I think they did do a very good job, and that was with Kelsey Mitchell, who's an unrestricted free agent, because Kelsey Mitchell had a hell of a season this season, and I don't think she got the credit that she deserved.
But here's where it gets interesting. The Fever weren't about to let their star slip away without a fight. They knew what they had in Mitchell. A player who'd been through the highs and lows, who'd seen the team at its worst, and was now watching it rise from the ashes. Mitchell was facing a real dilemma. On one hand, the allure of a fresh start was tempting on the other. She'd invested 7 years of blood, sweat, and tears into the Fever, an organization on the rise. And now, with Caitlin Clark coming on board, things were finally looking up.
And those big performances have become a staple of hers. Mitchell owns the top 3 highest scoring performances in Fever history. Mitchell ranks second all-time in franchise history in career points, field goals made, three-pointers made, and free throws. She's played in the third most games in franchise history and is fourth all-time in career assists.
Are you ready for what happened next? Because things were about to get wild. In a move that sent shockwaves through the league, the Fever pulled out their secret weapon. They slapped the core player tag on Mitchell faster than you can say buckets. This gave them exclusive negotiating rights and the ability to offer her a supermax contract.
But her recognition stretched far beyond the walls of Gainbridge Fieldhouse. Mitchell is already top 10 in WNBA history in points scored and three-pointers made, all before the age of 30.
But the real question remained, would Mitchell bite the basketball? World waited on pins and needles for her decision. And then, just like that, the silence broke. Mitchell made her choice, and it was a doozy. She decided to stay put in Indiana, signing that supermax deal and cementing her place as the cornerstone of the Fever's future.
7 short years, Kelsey Mitchell has left an indelible mark on the franchise, the state of Indiana, and the entire WNBA. And Mitchell is just getting started.
The reaction was immediate. Fans erupted in joy, teammates celebrated, and Caitlin Clark. She summed it up perfectly with a simple social media comment. Duh, as if there was ever any doubt looking back. It all makes sense. Indiana isn't just where Mitchell plays. It's become her home. It's the closest WNBA city to her roots in Ohio. She's built relationships here, grown as a player, here and now with Clark by her side, and Aaliyah. Boston in the paint. The Fever are poised for something special.
What's up, everybody? Kelsey Mitchell here, and I'm a Fever girl again. So to my fans, to the basketball world, I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to be back. Indy's been good to me, and hopefully I could pour in and give the same. So here's to being a Fever girl.
Mitchell's journey with the Fever has been a roller coaster. She's seen the team at its lowest, struggling through seasons, where wins were hard to come by. But she never gave up. She kept pushing, kept improving, and now she's seeing the fruits of her labor. But what really led to her making this decision? And what does Kelsey really think? Remember when Caitlin Clark arrived in Indiana? The basketball world exploded. But for Kelsey Mitchell, it was more than that. It was a chance to rewrite her story with the Fever.
First of all, thanks for being here. Thanks for showing Kelsey how important she is to the Indiana Fever.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, so everything about Kelsey Mitchell is core, right? Core values, her core basketball, everything about her is what we're about. And so there was no way she was going anywhere else but the Indiana Fever. So this is a great day for our franchise. It starts with her. Her legacy continues in an Indiana jersey, and we're off to the races now.
So picture this, 2 explosive guards on one team. On paper, it could have been a disaster. Too many stars, not enough ball to go around. At first, there were questions. How would they share the court? Would Mitchell's role shrink? But then something magical happened. These two didn't just coexist, they thrived. They became a nightmare for opposing defenses. Let's look at the numbers, because they're mind-blowing. Both Mitchell and Clark landed in the top 3 for points scored after the Olympic break. They didn't just break franchise records, they shattered them.
Anything you want to say?
No pressure. I just want to say thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. Indiana has been my second home since I went pro. So this is the only city I know. And so to see you guys open your arms up to me, I kind of remember every employee I run into. Whether you're a janitor, camera person, I like to be that person. And so that was a big part of me coming back because I got a chance to meet really great people. Then I met one of the greatest people in the world, Caitlin Clark, who like just ran the basketball world. So I think together we hope to make you guys proud. We hope to make you guys like, you know, feel like you're a part of our success and our journey. And I'm here. Let's do this.
People started calling them the Splash Sisters. And let me tell you, it fit like a glove. But here's where it gets really interesting. Mitchell's game went to a whole new level, playing alongside Clark. After the Olympic break, Mitchell averaged over 24 points per game. That's not just good, that's elite. Remember that full court pass from Clark to Mitchell, the one that broke the WNBA rookie assist record. That wasn't just a highlight, real play. It was a sign of something special. Brewing in Indiana miss.
Miss there from Lloyd. Clark the fling ahead. Oh, what a dime! And Mitchell lays it in! And Caitlin Clark officially has the most assists ever for a rookie in this league's history.
But the numbers only tell part of the story. What we saw on the court was pure basketball magic in one game against the Dallas Wings. Mitchell exploded for 36 points when Clark needed support. Mitchell stepped up big time. It wasn't about who was the star. It was about winning. Here's what's wild. Mitchell and Clark became the first pair of teammates in WNBA history to each sink over 100 three-pointers in a single season. Think about that for a second. That's not just breaking records, that's rewriting the book on what's possible in women's basketball.
C-Squared, what's up, friend? I just want to say congratulations on the award, man. You deserve it. You've changed the world in so many ways. You've done it with so much grace. And I'm so happy to take the floor with you, to be a part of this experience. And I want to tell you to give yourself some grace, kid. You've done a lot of things that not a lot of people can do. And from me to you, I'm always going to be a fan. I'm always going to be in your corner. I'm always going to be in your backcourt.
So when it came time for Mitchell to make her big decision, you better believe Clark's presence played a huge role. The chemistry they'd built, the records they'd broken together. It all factored in. Mitchell saw what was possible with Clark by her side, and she wanted more. But is it all about just Clark, stick around because the Fever have been dropping? Clues since the very beginning of free agency when Mitchell signed that supermax deal. Everyone thought they knew the story. But hold on, because we're about to peel back the layers of something truly special in Indiana.
I'm a Fever girl again. I'm a Fever girl. I'm excited. Kind of missed this court. Yeah, I'm a Fever girl again. A lot of went into this decision based on what I needed for myself and for, obviously, for my family, my friends. And Indy is a second home, so I thought I'd give this thing a go.
Let's talk about fit. What makes a championship team? It's not just about stacking stars, it's about finding the perfect puzzle pieces. And in Indiana, those pieces are starting to lock into place. Picture this: Mitchell's lightning, quick drives, Clark's long-range shots, Boston dominating the paint, and Hull's defensive tenacity on paper. It's a dream team. But could they make it work on the court?
Just figure out where this program's going, what we're trying to accomplish. And based on, the way in which I like to see myself playing. I could do that with people like Caitlin, people like AB, people like Liz. The list goes on with Lexi Hall, Grace Berger. So I'm excited about the group we have. I get to play alongside some really great people. So here's the Been Fever girl.
Here's where it gets interesting. Mitchell's shooting last season off the charts. We're talking a 46.8% field goal percentage and 40.2% from downtown. Career highs. That's not just good, that's elite. But it's not just about the numbers. Coach Stephanie White sees something even bigger. Brewing. She didn't just praise Mitchell's stats. No, she raved about her work ethic, approach to the game, and the way she interacts with teammates. That's the kind of leadership you can't teach.
To the fans, I think you guys are a big part of my decision, a part of Indiana being home for me. The fans have also grown to be, family for me. So knowing what the atmosphere feels like, some of the love that was poured into me down the stretch of last year, I feel great about it. So I'm grateful. I'm definitely grateful.
Are you ready for this? Mitchell isn't just a scorer anymore. She's become the perfect complement to Clark's game. When defenses swarm, Clark Mitchell steps up when Clark needs to facilitate. Mitchell's there to knock down shots. It's like watching two musicians in perfect harmony. But that's not all. Mitchell's been through the trenches with this Fever team. She's seen the lowest lows. Now she's guiding the young ones. Like Clark through their first few seasons. The mutual respect, the shared hunger for success. It's building something special.
Kelsey Mitchell is back with the Indiana Fever. She joins me now. You have a big old smile on your face. How much did it mean to re-sign with this organization now for what will be your 8th season?
Oh man, Indiana is my second home. So for me, it was like second nature. Obviously, the contractual stuff is always being talked about, but I look at Indiana like home, and to come back and play with people like Kaylin and Aaliyah and our group, period, it's just really, really fun for me, and I don't want to miss out on that.
Your group had a real exciting, energetic season. How can you build on that now with Stephanie White as head coach and all the positive momentum?
I think, anybody that knows Stephanie White knows how good she is with the X's and O's. She's going to put us in a good position to make plays. It's going to be basketball players, so I look forward to playing alongside Kaylin and seeing that actually for all of us.
But ultimately, I got a legacy to uphold. I got a legacy to keep. And, that's my dad. I can't focus for 40 minutes and compete, not for myself, but the Fever. But, ultimately, I got a lot to fight for.
I know how much the fans love you. You played in front of a full house all season long at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. How important is that to you, and how much do the fans spur you on?
It's everything. I can remember, from year 1 to year 4, what it looked like in here. And so now when we get all these fans and these people coming in, it's kind of like a blessing in disguise because I've seen both sides, and now it's the light at the end of the tunnel.
Well, congratulations. We're happy you're back and looking forward to the season.
Yes, shout out to Indiana, my second home.
Think back to 2022, when the team just won 5 games. The Fever were struggling and the playoffs seemed like a distant dream. Now, they're on the verge of something big. And it's not just about wins and losses. It's about the way this team fights through adversity during her emotional farewell to last season. Mitchell posted, "I got low-shedded tears. Nobody saw, got my back dirty just to make it through all my cards on the table. Trusted God to save myself. Guaranteed my best, that raw honesty. It's becoming the Fever's battle cry." So when Mitchell put pen to paper on that new contract, she wasn't just securing her future, she was laying the foundation for a dynasty. Because what's happening in Indiana isn't just about basketball, it's about family, it's about perseverance, it's about turning pain into power, and that's the real story nobody saw coming. Kelsey Mitchell's journey with the Indiana Fever isn't just a basketball story. It's a tale of finding home of Loyal, and of building something truly special when Mitchell decided to stay. She wasn't just signing a contract, she was embracing a family with Mitchell locked in the Fever. Aren't just dreaming of playoffs anymore. They're setting their sights on championships. The combination of Mitchell's veteran leadership, Clark's electrifying play, Boston's dominance in the paint, and Hull's tenacity. It's a recipe for greatness. So what's next for Kelsey Mitchell and the Indiana Fever? One thing for sure. You won't want to miss a single moment the 2025 season is shaping up to be. One for the history books. Are you excited? Let us know in the comments. Like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications so you never miss out. Click the video on the screen, and we will see you in the next one.